Hello, my name is Stephen Dunne. I'm a writer and I live and work in Derby City. I've used the city as the backdrop for my 4 novels so far, which are all thrillers featuring the Detective Inspector Damon Brooke of Derby CID. The Reaper, The Disciple, Deity and recently released The Unquiet Grave. Today I'll be touring around some of the locations that I use in the book from the city centre of Derby. Okay, here we are at the Weir in the middle of Derby. This is a key location in the third of my novels, Deity, and it's the discovery of a body that brings it into focus. A young man is discovered floating in the Weir, having been partially weighted down, and then body gases make his body float to the surface. And then D.I. Brooke has the grisly task of recovering the body and trying to identify it. I chose the location because it's in the middle of Derby. A lot of my locations are in Derby because I want the maximum number of people in Derby to know where the books are set. Okay, here we are in the middle of town, particularly important area of Derby, the train station, and the hotel behind is called the Hallmark Hotel, which is a key place in the second of my novels, The Disciple, and 2 detectives arrive from Brighton to question D.I. Brooke, who has become a suspect in a murder in Brighton to somebody who's been abusing his daughter. And they interview him, and the hotel and railway terrace and the station become key locations in the search for the killer as Brooke gradually wins their trust and they try and catch the serial killer. Well, here we are. This is home to Damon Brooke, Detective Inspector Damon Brooke, St Mary's Wharf Police Station, which features in all 4 of the D.I. Brooke novels, The Reaper, The Disciple, Deity and The Unquiet Grave. His office is somewhere in there. I'm not quite sure where because I've never actually been in, but I'm sure the more traction my novels get, the more chance I have of being invited inside. Unless, of course, I get arrested. That would be a nice shortcut. Quite a busy road. It's in Normanton, and much of the 4th novel, The Unquiet Grave, is situated in Normanton. The opening of the book, a young boy is found murdered across the road behind me in a building which has been since demolished, and it's quite a horrific murder. And D.I. Brooke, although he's not actually on the case, is advising his sidekick, Detective Sergeant Noble, on what to do about finding the killer. Interestingly enough, a little side note, most of the derelict buildings that I've chosen to hide bodies in, or to set parts of the novels in, as soon as I've done that, as you can see behind me, they become instantly redeveloped by developers who are obviously looking for some interest because of the Reaper Trail, which is going to be, hopefully at some future date, enacted in Derby. Okay, here we are in Station Road in Boroughwash, where I used to live for 3 years when I moved up from London, and it's an integral part of where it all started, really, the Reaper. And the Reaper is a serial killer who's followed Damon Brooke to Derby and commits a crime, not in Boroughwash, I hasten to add, that Brooke has to investigate. But there is a survivor, a young man called Jason Wallace, who comes to live on Station Road in Boroughwash with his aunt. And of course the serial killer is not happy that there is a survivor, and the road becomes a focal point for the end of the novel when Brooke is after his man. So here we are outside the Derby Telegraph, and this is a location in my new D.I. Brooke novel, tentatively called The Killing Moon, and a van is driven down here in the very early hours of the morning, and there's a dead body inside, and the two members of the 2 people in the van set fire to the van to try and cover their traces and make a dramatic escape across the bridge over there into the centre of Derby and hopefully to safety, although obviously that's not an option when Diabrook's on the case.